Humans and dogs share a very special bond. This connection has lasted for thousands of years. We live together, play together, and often we understand each other without words. Many dog owners feel their dogs know exactly how they are feeling. Is this just wishful thinking? Or is there something more to it? Dogs seem to look at us, listen to us, and react in ways that suggest understanding. They offer comfort when we are sad, and share our joy when we are happy. This relationship is unique in the animal kingdom, built on a foundation of mutual attention and perhaps a shared emotional landscape. This essay will explore how dogs might sense our human emotions. We will look at what science tells us about their abilities. We will also consider everyday experiences that show this deep connection. Dogs cannot tell us in words what they perceive, so we must observe their behavior carefully. We must also design clever experiments to learn more. Understanding this bond can help us appreciate our canine friends even more. It can also teach us about the nature of emotion itself. The way dogs interact with us is a fascinating area of study, revealing layers of communication we're only just beginning to fully comprehend. Dogs are masters of observation. They watch us constantly. They pay attention to our smallest movements and changes in our voice. This careful watching is a key part of their survival and social life. When they became domesticated, humans became their main social partners. So it makes sense that they would become very good at reading us. Their ability to tune into our emotional states is likely a product of this long history together. It is a skill honed over generations of living side by side with people, learning to navigate our complex social world and emotional expressions. The question of whether dogs truly are emotions or simply to them is complex. Do they experience a form of empathy, or are they just very good at learning which behaviors get them rewards like food or affection when we act a certain way? These are important questions that researchers are trying to answer. What is clear is that their responses often make us feel understood. This feeling of being emotionally seen by another species is powerful. It strengthens the bond we share and adds a profound depth to our interactions with these remarkable animals. Our faces are like open books to our dogs. They spend a lot of time looking at us, especially our faces. Scientists have found that dogs process human faces in a special part of their brain. This is similar to how humans process faces. This suggests that faces are very important information sources for dogs. They learn to associate different facial expressions with different outcomes or emotional states. For example, a smile might mean playtime or a treat is coming. A frown might mean the human is unhappy and perhaps they should be cautious or offer comfort. Dogs are particularly good at looking at our eyes. The eyes can tell a lot about how someone is feeling. When we are happy, our eyes might look bright and open. When we are sad or angry, our eyes might look different, perhaps narrowed or looking away. Dogs seem to pick up on these subtle cues. Some studies have shown that dogs can even tell the difference between a happy face and an angry face in photographs of humans. This ability to discriminate between expressions is a fundamental step in understanding the emotion behind the face, showing they are not just seeing features, but interpreting them. It's not just static expressions dogs notice, they also pay attention to how our expressions change. A sudden smile or a quick frown can catch their attention. They link these changes to what is happening around them and to the tone of our voice. If we smile and speak in a happy tone, the message is clear. If we frown and our voice is stern, they understand that too. This combination of visual and auditory information helps them build a more complete picture of our emotional state. They become adept at predicting our behavior based on these facial signals. Interestingly, research suggests that dogs often look at the left side of a human face first. Humans tend to show more emotion on the right side of their face, which is perceived by the viewer's left visual field and processed by the right hemisphere of the brain, an area important for emotion processing. If dogs are also doing this, it might mean they are specifically trying to read our emotional cues from our faces. This left gaze bias is another piece of evidence suggesting that dogs are wired to understand and respond to human facial expressions in a sophisticated way. Our voices are another rich source of emotional information for dogs. They may not understand the exact meaning of all our words. However, they are experts at understanding the tone of our voice. Think about how you talk to your dog. When you are happy, your voice might be high-pitched and cheerful. When you're scolding your dog, your voice is likely lower and sterner. Dogs learn to associate these different vocal tones with different experiences and emotions. This allows them to gauge our mood even if they are not looking directly at us. Scientific studies support this idea. Researchers have played recordings of human voices to dogs. These voices express different emotions like happiness, sadness, or anger. The dog's reactions were often consistent with the emotion being expressed. For example, they might approach the speaker or wag their tails when they hear happy sounds. They might look concerned or even show signs of stress when they hear angry or sad sounds. This shows they are not just hearing noise, they are interpreting the emotional content of the sound itself. Their brains seem to process these emotional vocalizations in areas similar to those in the human brain. Dogs can even match a human's emotional vocal tone with the corresponding facial expression. In one study, dogs were shown a picture of a happy or an angry human face. At the same time, they heard a vocalization that was either happy or angry. Dogs spent more time looking at the face that matched the emotional tone of the voice. This suggests they can integrate information from different senses to understand our emotions. It is a complex cognitive skill showing a deep level of attunement to human communicative signals, both visual and auditory. The way dogs respond to our vocal cues is also shaped by learning. Over time, they learn that a certain tone predicts a walk in the park, while another tone means bath time, which they might not like. This learning refines their understanding, but the basic ability to sense emotion in sound seems to be very natural for them. It is part of what makes them such good companions. They listen not just to our words, but to the music of our voices, the melody that carries our feelings clearly to their attentive ears. Beyond our faces and voices, dogs are keen observers of our body language. Our posture, gestures, and even the way we move can convey a lot about our emotional state. A person who is happy and confident might stand tall and move openly. Someone who is sad or anxious might slouch or make themselves smaller. Dogs are very sensitive to these physical signals. They watch how we hold ourselves and how we move through a space. This information helps them understand what we might be feeling or what we are about to do next. For example, if you reach for a leash, your dog might get excited, anticipating a walk. This is a learned association, but it starts with observing your movement and posture. If you suddenly freeze or tense up, your dog is likely to notice and may become alert or cautious too. They are attuned to shifts in our physical demeanor. They can sense when we are relaxed and at ease, which helps them feel relaxed too. Conversely, they can pick up on our tension or nervousness, which might make them anxious or more vigilant in response. Dogs also pay attention to specific gestures. Pointing is a uniquely human gesture that dogs, surprisingly, can understand quite well, especially with training. They can follow a point to find a hidden toy or treat. While this is more about direction than emotion, it shows their ability to interpret our physical cues. Other gestures, like a raised hand, might be interpreted differently based on past experiences. A dog that has been treated harshly might cower, while another might see it as a cue for a high five or a pat. Their interpretation is always a blend of innate sensitivity and learned experience. The overall picture of our body language provides a constant stream of information for our dogs. They watch how we interact with other people or animals. They notice if we are approaching something with confidence or hesitation. This ability to read our subtle, often unconscious physical signals is a cornerstone of their communication with us. It allows them to navigate social situations effectively and respond to our needs, sometimes even before we are fully aware of them ourselves. Their world is rich with these silent conversations, messages carried in the way we simply are in a space. Section 5. Science lends a paw, uncovering canine emotional intelligence. Scientists are increasingly using sophisticated methods to study how dogs understand human emotions. These studies move beyond simple observation. They try to get inside the dog's mind as much as possible. One common method involves behavioral experiments. Researchers might set up situations where dogs encounter humans expressing different emotions. They then carefully record the dog's reactions. This could include their body language, like tail wags or ear position. It could also include their choices, like which person they approach or how long they look at an emotional display. Another powerful tool is brain imaging, particularly functional magnetic resonance imaging, or fMRI. For these studies, dogs are specially trained to lie still in an fMRI scanner. This is a big achievement in itself. While in the scanner, dogs might be exposed to different stimuli, like pictures of human faces showing various emotions, or recordings of human voices. The fMRI machine measures changes in blood flow in the brain. This shows which parts of the brain are active when dogs perceive these emotional cues. These studies have revealed that dogs process human emotions in brain regions similar to those used by humans. Eye tracking technology is also used. This involves a special camera that follows where a dog is looking. When shown images of human faces, eye tracking can reveal which parts of the face dogs focus on. As mentioned earlier, the left gaze bias when looking at human faces suggests they are trying to pick up emotional cues. Eye tracking can also measure how long they look at certain expressions. This helps scientists understand what captures their attention and what information they might be extracting from what they see. These precise measurements provide valuable data that complements behavioral observations. These scientific approaches are crucial. They provide objective evidence to support what many dog owners already believe about their pets' emotional sensitivity. While we can never know exactly what it's like to be a dog, these studies bring us closer to understanding their perspective. They help us appreciate the complexity of the canine mind. The research consistently points towards dogs having a genuine ability to recognize and in some ways respond to human emotional signals. This is not just anthropomorphism, it is a scientifically supported phenomenon that deepens our respect for our four-legged companions. Section 6. Echoes of feeling, studies demonstrating dog empathy. Empathy is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another. While proving true empathy in animals is challenging, several studies suggest dogs possess some form of it. One interesting area is emotional contagion. This is when an emotion spreads from one individual to another. A common example in humans is contagious yawning. When you see someone yawn, you are more likely to yawn too. Some research has found that dogs also catch yawns from humans, especially from their owners. This suggests a basic level of emotional connection and tuning into another's state. Other studies have looked at how dogs respond to people who are visibly distressed. In one experiment, a dog's owner and a stranger would pretend to cry or hum. Dogs were more likely to approach and nuzzle the person who was crying, regardless of whether it was their owner or the stranger. This suggests their comforting behavior is not just about seeking attention for themselves. It appears to be a genuine response to the display of sadness. They seem motivated to offer comfort when they perceive distress, a behavior that looks very much like empathy in action. Researchers have also explored whether dogs can differentiate between play-acting distress and genuine distress. While this is harder to test, anecdotal evidence often points to dogs being more responsive when their owner is truly upset. The subtle cues of real emotion, perhaps scent changes or minute alterations in body language, might be more potent for them. Experiments continue to refine these questions, trying to isolate what specific signals trigger these comforting behaviors. The consistency of these responses across different dogs and situations strengthens the argument for a form of canine empathy. The capacity for empathy, even in a rudimentary form, would have been highly beneficial for dogs during their domestication. Being able to sense and respond to the emotional states of their human companions would have strengthened the bond. It would have made them more valuable partners. This ability to connect on an emotional level likely played a significant role in dogs becoming man's best friend. It is not just about utility, it is about a shared emotional experience that enriches the lives of both species involved in this unique interspecies relationship. Section 7. Tales of Understanding Real-Life Canine Comfort. Beyond the controlled environment of scientific labs, countless stories from dog owners highlight their pets' emotional intelligence. Many people can recall a time when their dog seemed to know exactly what they needed. Imagine coming home after a very difficult day feeling sad and exhausted. Your dog, who usually greets you with boisterous play, might instead approach quietly. It might gently lay its head on your lap or lean against your legs. This quiet presence can be incredibly comforting. It feels as if the dog understands your mood and is offering silent support. Consider a person going through a period of grief. Friends and family offer words of comfort, which are helpful, but the constant, non-judgmental presence of a dog can be a unique solace. Dogs do not offer advice or platitudes, they simply are there. They might encourage a short walk, providing a much-needed reason to get out of the house. They might nudge a hand for a reassuring pat, creating a moment of connection. These small actions can feel deeply empathetic, as if the dog is trying to share the emotional burden or provide a gentle distraction. It's not only sadness that dogs seem to recognize, they often share in our joy too. When their owner is happy and excited, dogs frequently mirror this excitement. They might wag their tails furiously, jump playfully, or bring a toy to initiate a game. This shared enthusiasm makes happy moments even brighter. It is as if they are celebrating with us, amplifying the positive emotions. This ability to tune into both our highs and our lows makes the emotional connection with a dog feel very complete and reciprocal, a true partnership in feeling. These personal anecdotes, while not scientific proof in themselves, provide rich qualitative data. They illustrate the everyday reality of living with an emotionally attuned animal. When these stories align with findings from scientific studies, they paint a compelling picture. Dogs are not just responding to basic commands, they are navigating a complex emotional world alongside us. Their capacity to offer comfort, share joy, and simply be present in an understanding way is a testament to the remarkable depth of the human-canine bond, experienced daily in homes around the world. Section 8. A shared heartbeat, mutual benefits of the emotional bond. The deep emotional connection between humans and dogs brings significant benefits to both species. For humans, the presence of a dog can reduce stress and anxiety. Petting a dog, playing with a dog, or even just having a dog nearby can lower blood pressure and release calming endorphins. The hormone oxytocin, often called the love hormone or bonding hormone, is released in both humans and dogs during positive interactions. This hormone plays a key role in social bonding and feelings of well-being, strengthening the emotional tie between person and pet. Dogs also provide companionship, which can combat loneliness, especially for people who live alone or are elderly. They offer a sense of purpose and routine. The responsibility of caring for a dog, feeding, walking, grooming, can provide structure to the day and encourage physical activity. This is beneficial for both physical and mental health. The unconditional love and acceptance that dogs seem to offer can be incredibly affirming. They do not judge our flaws or mistakes, they simply offer their loyal presence, which can be a powerful emotional support. For dogs, the benefits of this bond are also immense. Living with humans provides them with safety, shelter, and a reliable source of food. These are basic needs, but the emotional connection offers much more. Dogs are social animals. Their relationship with their human family provides essential social interaction, mental stimulation, and emotional security. When a dog feels understood and cared for by its human, it is more likely to be relaxed, confident, and well-adjusted. A strong bond helps the dog feel safe and secure in its environment. This mutual exchange of emotional support creates a positive feedback loop. When a human feels understood by their dog, they are likely to treat the dog with more affection and care. This, in turn, strengthens the dog's attachment and responsiveness to the human's emotional cues. This reciprocal relationship enhances the quality of life for both. It is a partnership where emotional needs are met and well-being is fostered on both sides of the leash, making it one of the most successful interspecies relationships known. Section 9. Beyond companionship, the richness of emotional understanding. In conclusion, the evidence strongly suggests that dogs can indeed sense and respond to human emotions. They achieve this through careful observation of our facial expressions, vocal tones, and body language. Scientific studies using methods like brain imaging and behavioral tests are increasingly confirming the depth of this canine ability. Dogs seem to possess a form of emotional contagion and even basic empathy, allowing them to connect with us on a surprisingly deep level. This is not simply a matter of trained responses, it appears to be an intrinsic part of their social intelligence. This emotional understanding forms the bedrock of the unique relationship we share with dogs. It transforms them from mere pets into true companions, family members who offer comfort in sadness and share in our joy. The stories shared by countless dog owners about their pets' intuitive responses to their feelings add a rich layer of personal experience to the scientific findings. These everyday interactions demonstrate the profound impact that a dog's perceived understanding can have on a person's emotional well-being, making life's challenges a little easier to bear. The benefits of this emotional connection are clearly mutual. Humans gain stress relief, companionship, and unconditional affection. Dogs receive care, security, and crucial social interaction. This interspecies bond, nurtured over thousands of years of coevolution, is a testament to the power of emotional communication that transcends language barriers. It highlights how two different species can develop such a profound and supportive relationship based on mutual understanding and affection, enriching each other's lives in countless ways. Ultimately, recognizing and appreciating our dog's capacity to sense our emotions allows us to foster an even deeper and more meaningful bond. By understanding their world and how they perceive ours, we can become better companions to them, just as they are to us. The study of canine emotional intelligence not only reveals the remarkable abilities of dogs, but also teaches us more about the nature of emotion and connection itself. Our dogs look to us, and in their gaze, many of us find a reflection of our own feelings, understood and shared by a loyal friend.